I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots, but my home was never on the ground. I've got no roots. I've got no roots. I've got no roots.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. Before we start the presentation for today, let me introduce you with our presenter. My name is Fakrazi bin Jamaluddin as the first presenter, Misa Afika binti Milizam as the second presenter, and lastly, Nur Emilia Azurin binti Zaiful Nazin as our third presenter. Alright, first of all, I would like to give an introduction regarding this presentation. This presentation video was prepared to give more explanation about our research in corporate social responsibility. Just so you know, corporate social responsibility is a self-policing corporate strategy that enables an organization to be socially accountable to its customers, employees, and stakeholders, which is very important for each company to place them at a higher level in the industry of business. For our group project, we has interviewed Puan Sharina binti Ahmad Farouk, who are the manager of the CSR department in Affinbank Berhad. For your information, Affinbank Berhad was established as a private limited company in Malaysia on May 31st, 1975. Other than that, Affinbank Berhad also are totally owned by Affin Holdings Berhad, which is marketed on the Bursa Malaysia. It is commenced operations in January 2001 following a merger between the former Perwira Affinbank Berhad and also BSN Commercial and Berhad in August 2000. Apart from that, I also want to add that Affinbank Berhad also provides a full range of Sharia compliant goods and services for both individuals and corporations. This has begun when the Affin Islamic Bank Berhad, which is the Islamic banking division of Affinbank, started an operation as a fully fledged Islamic bank on April 1st, 2007. Alright, for this section I would like to present about the core principles and organizational objective of Affinbank Berhad. Based on the interview that we had before with Puan Sharina, she has helped us a lot in gathering all information for the core principles and the organizational objective. Firstly, she said that Affinbank Berhad were trying so hard to continuously connect and involve with their customers. This is because they were really wanted to be truly comprehend with their changing needs and expectations. This shows us that the core principles of Affinbank Berhad are to develop through customers' priority. Furthermore, Puan Sharina added in her explanation which the people in the company were sharing the values of the customer's centricity, creativity, and also value creation. This has been confirmed in the corporate tagline of the organization, which is always about you. This tagline were meant to offer loyalty and establish the company as a creative and innovative financial institution. Additionally, we also heard that Affinbank Berhad has a vision which to be Malaysia's most highly technologically innovative financial corporation. This is due to offer the customer with an unrivaled customer service and also to create wealth for shareholders, clients, and also employees. Now we move to the last part that I want to explain, which is stakeholders of the organization. For the customers, Puan Sharina told us that Affinbank Berhad were trying to ensure the customers' right by giving a number of specialty to satisfy their needs. For Affinbank Berhad, they considered customers as the people who utilize a variety of financial services and products. There are several types of specialty that be given by Affinbank Berhad to their customers in terms of bank services such as loans, credit and debit cards. Not to forget that they also provide digital financial services and also personal services to serve them all. As for the employees, the company were grinding to assist employees who've been negatively affected by the pandemic. One of the initiatives taken by the company is offering financial relief options. The financial relief options that given to them were categorized into programs including B&M schemes, the bank's financial assistance, installment relief, and many else. The employees' development is important in order to sustain and stick to the objective of the company. When talking about suppliers, Puan Sharina had mentioned before that the company were intended to incorporate the ESG factors into supply chain management. In the same way that ESG credit evaluation is done, this is the reason why Affinbank Berhad has begun in preparing an ESG supplier assessment strategy. As for your information, even though the company doesn't have a formal ESG policy, it does consider ESG when making a purchase decision. Moreover, when we asked Puan Sharina about the investors as the stakeholders of the organisation, she said that Affinbank Berhad are striving to develop their ESG management and practices, strengthening operation and increasing investors, including shareholder trust. This is for the best because it helps in keeping their investors in the company and prevent from investors to pick the other unrivaled companies. Any such efforts that helps must be taken due to take a good care of their investors. Last but not least, for the local and international communities. In order to take a good care of their local and international communities, Puan Sharina in the interview have told us that Affinbank has been involved in local affairs by sponsoring the homeless population in Medan Tuanku Abdul Rahman for every 2 weeks. Additionally, Affinbank Berhad were also involved with local media in assisting the underserved groups like the retired military personnel. There has been a lot of kind of helps been done by Affinbank Berhad through society, which we in the group can conclude that this company will seize opportunities to assist communities in relation due to COVID-19 disease.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Marsha Afka binti Marizam and I am here to present my part, which are areas of social responsibility and approaches of social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility (CSR), which is progressively being merged into core activities, has become significant for many organizations and businesses as they maintain social concerns. Social responsibility has evolved from an ideology to a requirement for organizations to define their role in the community and to enforce socially and ethically responsible methods with regard to the organization and its core purpose. First of all, what are areas of social responsibility? There are 4 main areas of social responsibility to evaluate. First one is responsibilities to the environment, towards the customers, towards the employees, and towards the investors. Based on what we learned through the interview with Ms. Sharina about Affinbank, I can say that this company is a well-organized company that focuses on their responsibilities. So now I would like to present the first area of social responsibility, which is responsibility toward the environment. Affinbank appears to be dedicated to addressing environmental impacts of its operations in addition to enabling their staff members and corporations to become more ecologically responsible. In an initiative to honor Earth Day on April 22, 2017, the bank delivered 400 free plants to staff and customers across several Klang Valley branches. The company made a concerted effort to decrease the amount of paper used by encouraging people to use e-statements and uplifting recycling programs and stimulating eco-friendly endeavors among their employees. Next, responsibility towards the customer. Affinbank Berhad strives to develop unrivaled customer service as demonstrated by the tagline, "Always about you." These 5 strategic initiatives, which can be found in the report, have been intended to aid the company in achieving their redesigned goal of becoming an unrivaled provider of customer service. Affinbank Berhad also link their goods and services to offer consumers evaluated solutions based on their financial goals and needs. Affinbank Berhad also reinforced a voice of the customer approach across the bank's multiple key customer points of contact in terms of understanding input across their entire value chain. Responsibility towards the employees. The Affinbank Berhad yearns to be a capable manufacturer that fosters talent development, and acts in the best interest of their co-workers by maintaining an inclusive work environment. Affinbank has outlined a series of policies and procedures to protect its co-workers' health and safety. An effective incentive package has also been introduced to ensure the well-being of their employees. For example, personal loan interest rates or principal payments, medical benefits, and financial protection continue to encounter fierce competition in the industry. Last but not least, responsibility towards the investors. The group has maintained contact with its shareholders and other stakeholders through the media, annual general meetings, and strategic investor relations activities such as extraordinary general meetings, meetings with analysts and investors, corporate briefings, and roadshows. At the divisional managerial levels, the structure is similar to reflect the group's strategic goals as well as major risk factors, with some input from stakeholders such as investors, employees, and regulatory authorities. By managing such disclosure of information with delicacy and tact, the policy will protect the confidentiality of all issues presented in fairness by the whistleblowers. Next, I will be presenting about approaches of social responsibility. According to what we have learned, there are 4 stances: obstructionist stance, defensive stance, accommodative stance, and proactive stance. Based on what we discussed during the interview, we discovered that Affinbank uses 2 stances, which are accommodative stance and proactive stance. As for accommodative stance, it suppresses legal minimum requirements in its contribution to groups and individuals in its social environment when directly requested to do so. They join hands with Media Prima and Harian Metro to sponsor events in order to help those people that came from low-income backgrounds and disabled communities. Affinbank and Harian Metro have been collaborating for as long as they can remember, and they have consistently financially supported worthy charity programs. Furthermore, when a company takes a proactive stance, it constantly seeks a chance to contribute to the well-being of organizations and communities in its social environment. As a result of the flood that hit Malaysia at the end of 2021, thousands of people lost their homes, basic essentials, or perhaps even their families. Affinbank took a chance by offering a 6-month moratorium to their flood-affected clients. When Penang was flooded back in 2017, they also provided daily necessities, cleaning supplies, and dry foods to the victims.
Hi and Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Emilia Azrin. Today, I would want to talk about the CSR initiative that Affinbank has undertaken in the past and now. Affinbank regularly and consistently incorporates CSR's initiative into their business and organization. Affinbank ran too many programs, but I will share a few examples. First, as we know, Affinbank is a financial institution, so they demonstrate through their products and services by introducing AXA Life Insurance. They continued their strategic partnership with the National Cancer Society of Malaysia and ASM by launching cancer-related goods with CSR elements. AXA Life Insurance supported one patient use of the chemotherapy day care unit at NCSM's Cancer Treatment Center for each of 2 school goods. Considering how expensive cancer treatments are, they sponsored a cancer treatment for a cancer patient. Next, Affinbank regularly providing education and supports for a student in Malaysia. Affinbank organized 3 back-to-school programs in Jitra and Sungai Petani, Kedah, and in Kuala Krai, Kelantan. In total, 161 disadvantaged students from both states' educational institutions got school supplies including backpacks, school and uniform. Additionally, they gave the orang asli people financial aid so that they may pursue education and form better opinions because the bulk of them are being disregarded. In addition, the Affinbank sponsored program Pinta Harapan Yayasan Pelajaran Mara PPH-YPM aids SPM students for low-income families in studying for their SPM examination. Third is their current consistent program in terms of providing humanitarian food aid service to the homeless and needy is Soup Kitchen, whereby Affinbank sponsors 4 times a year starting at 2017 until now with the collaboration of Pertiwi Soup Kitchen NGO. Besides, Affinbank hosted a yearly buka puasa with 135 kids from 3 orphanages in the Klang Valley. Not only that, for Deepavali, they planned a festive lunch for 40 kids in Ipoh, and for Chinese New Year, they organized a joyful meal with 60 residents of the Ampang Old Folks Home. As we know, now is COVID-19 pandemic, Affinbank also involved to show support by sponsored ventilator equipment and numerous other COVID-related goods that were in line with. To show appreciation to healthcare workers, Affinbank also gave lunch kits to healthcare workers on the front line. For the social responsibility management, Affinbank Berhad is bound with the legal compliance which make them a formal organization. The companies are restricted by Bank Negara Malaysia rules and regulation. They do not have their own rights to do whatever they want to. Other than that, for CSR program, Affinbank needs to get permission from the higher management to proceed and undergo every program that the CSR department intended to do. There are 2 legal compliance which Affinbank, which is the board and the group chief executive officer. It is formally overseeing their corporate sustainability plan and making sure sustainability factors are taken into account when making strategic choices. The board is ultimately responsible for developing and integrating sustainability-related strategies into their business operation as well as for overseeing management of sustainability issues. The first one is the board, which is responsible for reviewing, adopting, overseeing the implementation of the group's overall sustainability strategies while taking into account the economic, environmental, and social impacts resulting from business operation and strategic decisions, has specific roles and responsibility for ensuring accountability, oversight, and review of sustainability performance and disclosures. Another position and responsibility of the legal compliance is the Group Chief Executive Officer, who is in charge of overseeing the group's sustainability performance overall. This includes a process for choosing, implementing, and monitoring major projects for addressing sustainability challenges within the group's continuing activity.
To conclude, corporate social responsibility (CSR) is important for our business because it tends to reflect the humanity and decent treatment of all individuals, including workers. This demonstrates how sincerely business leaders take social responsibility. In terms of core principles and organizational values, Affinbank promotes loyalty and stances the company as a creative and innovative financial institution through the tagline, "Always about you." The different kinds that comprise the areas of social responsibility include environmental responsibility, customer service, employees, and investors. For this segment, we can assert that CSR is increasingly focusing on core business operations. Many corporate executives regard the CSR strategy as a comprehensive, systematic approach that assists companies in maintaining operations. Eventually, Affinbank's social responsibility management was formerly managed by CSR for the majority of their approaches and activities. So, I guess that's all from us for this presentation. So, thank you.